Ho, ho, hello, can you smell that? It's Christmas, so maybe it's the sweater weather candle in the back, or maybe it's a Q&A. Do you smell the questions? Because I've got answers for you. The first one comes from Evan. Always love a good Evan. Would you recommend traveling to small, unknown countries? Well, Evan, I don't know if you could consider it unknown. I didn't really know much about it before going, but I just went to Brunei and Sabah and had an amazing time, uploaded loads of travel vlogs. I went kayaking through a rainforest. I saw orangutans. It was really freaking cool. If you've never considered Brunei or Sabah, please be sure to check out my vlogs because I had an amazing time. Also, big shout out to Royal Brunei and Sabah for sending me there. It was amazing. And if you couldn't tell, that was a cheeky little spawn, really naturally integrated into the content. But thanks, Evan. You totally set me up there. Also, thanks to the brands. Like I said, great time. Let's get to the next question. It's Christmas time. Do you also smell that as well? Do you smell with your ear as well? Because that's how I smell. What's your relationship status? Well, as you can tell from the title of the video, not clickbaity enough to get me those views. I mean, I'm going on dates every once in a while, but nothing ever pans out. And I feel like that's mostly because of me. Like, I've been on pretty successful dates where I'm like, oh, this person's very attractive. They tick all the boxes. But for some reason, there's something in me where I'm like, it's not there. Like, there's no click, there's no like fireworks, and maybe part of me is expecting this thing that doesn't exist, and that's something that's going on in my head, like, is this girl that I'm looking for real? I think yes. Every once in a while I do come across someone where I'm like, I really would like to date this person. That's the person I'm looking for, not someone that I'm like, you know, mildly interested in. I'm going for relationships here. I'm not going for the fling here. So I go for dates, they don't work out. This is a long answer. We're just gonna move on. All right. Long story short, I'm single. What's the best way to sort things out with people that don't talk to you? I don't know. If you could tell me, that'd be great. Communication is the easiest way to solve all problems, but when you deal with someone that doesn't communicate, it is infuriating. I don't know what to do at that point. It's like screaming into the void. I'd say that's your best bet. Scream into the void. There's no other choice. Wait till you can talk to them. Talk to them. If they don't want to, you're just gonna have to cut them out. It's their loss. Do you feel like as you're getting older, your content's changing? Do you not film certain things because you don't think your audience would be interested? For the most part, I film anything I want, and I just hope that other people are interested in the same thing I am. I mean, I made a video with my friend Tim talking about our visas to our different countries. That might not interest everyone, but I thought it was interesting content, so I made it. I'm also considering possibly making a video talking about cryptocurrencies, PGP encryption, and stuff that I just find really interesting, and it's always in the news, and not a lot of people know about. Maybe you'd be interested. Personally, it's something I could go on for days about. So I feel like if I am passionate enough about a topic, it's interesting to listen to. Like, I could probably talk to you about Dungeons and Dragons, and you'll be like, wow, this is fascinating. At the end of the day, if someone is interested in something and is very passionate about it, it's probably interesting to listen to. There's some date advice. No matter how nerdy you think you are, pick your thing that you love. Talk about that. Unless it's something like really creepy. I don't want to hear about your Furby collection. What's the best way of explaining to a partner that you're ace? This is very difficult. It comes up quite a lot in my life, obviously, but for the most part, you just be very honest with them. Show them my video. I'll explain for them. But no, if you want to do this in person, just be honest with them about how you feel and how you are, and don't try and belittle yourself in any way. Just be honest about your feelings, and for the most part, they should accept you, especially if you're like stage 2 of the relationship. They'll be like, oh, okay, that's cool. Otherwise, they're like, oh man, that's not cool. Then they're not meant for you, okay? I've had to deal with that a lot of times. Have you ever regretted branding yourself as your real name? Not really. I really like my name, and I like that anything that I do online is accredited to me, not some moniker that I've made, and I like my name, Evan Edinger, Evan Edinger, whatever you want to pronounce it, you know, that's me, and I like what I do. The only time where I slightly regret is when it comes to like online dating and someone can just look up my name and go, here's this online diary. Oh, there's a video of his I'm gonna watch. I don't really like that at all. Who was your celebrity crush as a child? I'm not trying to be the same as everyone else. I'm trying to pick one that's a bit different. Hilary Duff. Was terrible. Now, everyone likes Hilary Duff. Hilary Duff's just like, I definitely am not ashamed of that, okay? Best celebrity crush I could have had. Are you planning on traveling to any other North African country? Morocco has been the top of my bucket list for quite a while, especially when it comes to countries in Africa to visit. It's just, I've been so busy, and even though I've wanted to go, I couldn't. I've been going everywhere else. That's not my best pun. Not my best. Can you tell I wasn't proud of that? I can't go on for longer. Are you actually spending Christmas with any other human beings this year? Probably not. I think this is gonna be another one of those Christmases where I sit at home, all of my housemates go and hang out with their families, and I just drink wine and play video games all day, which isn't necessarily a bad day, but I do get a lot of envy when I look on my Instagram feed and see all these happy smiling faces and Christmas dinners, and I'm just like looking at my bottle of wine, looking at my Last of Us, looking at the tears. What do you think an appropriate time to start putting up Christmas decorations is? My family was a bit different than most, but I was always taught you can't put up Christmas decorations until the day after Thanksgiving. Black Friday, that's why it's there. Thanksgiving, that's the holiday, okay? No Christmas decorations up, it's time for turkey. However, next day, whoop, up goes the tree, everything's ready. Basically, Thanksgiving is always roughly around a week before December 1st, so by December 1st, most certainly. Anything after that, you're late. Anything before, as long as it's not before Thanksgiving. Stranger Things or Rick and Morty. I feel like I'm comparing apples to oranges here because one of them is like a funny animation and the other one is like a well thought out thriller, but I mean, Rick and Morty, hands down. I mean, that has a lot more replay value for me. I can watch those episodes, like random episodes, and be like, oh, this is great. Whereas with Stranger Things, you have to kind of watch them chronologically, and I like just being able to sit down and go, here's a funny Rick and Morty episode. Oh, I remember that one. Here we go. Plus, I mean, you have to have a certain IQ to be able to appreciate the humor of Richard and Mortimer. I mean, are you excited for Christmas yet? I mean, I haven't really put the tree up. I'm gonna have that up by next week, but I don't really get that excited. It kind of sneaks up on me. It always sneaks up. I'm feeling like, you know, it's not even Christmas yet. And then all of a sudden I'm like, Christmas. Maybe I just have to start buying gifts for people. I've been buying a lot for myself. I might honestly be making a video soon just talking about different gifts you can buy friends. Because I bought all my friends everything. And by all my friends, I mean me. When is your new merch going to be online? If you went to Summer in the City, you would have been able to get my merch. Otherwise, it hasn't been available anywhere. It's been sitting in my attic for a long time. It's going to be online in the next 2 weeks. Okay, folks, if you want to get really sick, make puns, not war shirts before Christmas, it's coming to you very soon. Make sure to check my Twitter out. I'll probably be tweeting a link, having a little photo shoot next week. I'd like to imagine the next person is just really passionate about their city. You like Reading? No, it's quite a boring city, to be honest. I've only been there once, and it's because I fell asleep and it ended up on the train to Reading. Oops. But if you're asking if I like reading, yes, I love reading. Reading was always a thing I liked as a kid. I felt special by reading. I felt like I was getting smarter by reading. Recently, I've read 3 books. I might be making a video about them. If you guys want me to, leave me a comment if you think I should. I've read Turtles All the Way Down by John Green, Undercover Princess by Connie Glynn, and I'm halfway through Dodie's Secrets for the Mad. I'd like to do a video like talking about my thoughts on every book. I think that'd be interesting if you'd like. Otherwise, I don't know, I'll freaking do it anyway. What's your opinion on your current phone? This is another one of those topics where I feel like I could make an interesting video about, but I don't really know how many people would actually be interested in it. But I'm currently using an iPhone X and a Google Pixel 2. Why? I like both. I really like both. The iPhone X is the best iPhone I've ever had. It just feels really natural in my hand. It feels smooth. The camera is really great. However, I also really love the Pixel 2. I like the way it feels, I like the way it looks, and the camera is literally amazing. It's just a bit better than the iPhone X, and so I take it to take pictures with when I'm out and about. Would I ever do a comparison video? Probably not, honestly. I mean, there's other YouTubers that'll do that for you that you should probably trust a bit more. But when it comes to someone that just likes using a nice phone, these two are good. Do you have any travel goals for 2018? I would really like to go back to New Zealand, very much so. I didn't get to go this year, and I just love New Zealand so much. I love the beautiful mountainsides, I love The Hobbit, I love everything about it. I want to go with friends and do another road trip, that'd be just really nice. I also really want to go back to Bali. I know it's a lot of go back to places, but when I went to Bali, I went alone, and now I really want to go with like friends and stuff, and just have all of us hang out and go through Ubud, and oh my god, that'd be the best. Also, I'd like to go back to Germany a lot, only because ich brauche mehr Übung. Natürlich. Hey Evan, your opinion on Rhode Island? Any puns you got? Rhode Island is a state that I feel like is easy to miss in that it's the smallest in the Union. I've never been, I'm sorry. But I heard the capital has a lot of people in it. It's the most providentially populated in the nation. Hey! Puns if you know state capitals. So like, just people from Rhode Island. And me. Favorite tea? How do you make your tea? Earl Grey every day. Also, just add a little splash of milk. Boom. Make sure you steep it for 3 minutes beforehand. That's important. Never put the milk in first. That's how you do it. You make a perfect cup of tea. And also, gotta have the milk chocolate digestives. Give that little dip. Boom. You've just made yourself the perfect cup of tea. The digestive is important, by the way. I can't stop listening to the Dear Evan Hansen album. How do I stop? Why did you do this to me? Literally, when you tweeted me this, I read it and I screenshotted it for this video. And then I couldn't stop. I had to listen to Wavy Through a Window. This is your fault, okay? It's hard. Whenever I just start going on a binge of DEH, I can't. What did I pronounce it like that? I don't know, I can't. How do you feel about Ben Platt leaving Dear Evan Hansen? I mean, obviously I'm broken up about it because Ben Platt has the voice of an archangel and he's just left. But I'm sure the person that's taken his place has a lovely voice. I'm sure he's doing great at it and it's probably fine. In other words, I'm also very happy that I already saw it. And I'd like it to come to London so I can see it again without having to break an arm and a leg of a random person to get their money. Okay. Advice on starting out travel vlogging. One of the biggest mistakes I made when I started was I was telling and not showing. The biggest thing with travel vlogging is to show the experience. It's like you're catching up with a friend on FaceTime and you want them to see all the cool stuff that's around you. Not, oh, so today I did this stuff. Cool, but I want to see that. So basically just bring your camera wherever you are and just film your life. Talk to your camera as if you're just catching up with a friend and show all the cool stuff going on, and then slap some SoundCloud music on it and you're in business. And then eventually business class, you know, living the life. That'll be you. Tell me your channel so we can do a collab. Colin the Caterpillar or Percy Pig? Well, considering I don't know who Colin the Caterpillar is, I'm going to guess, is that cake that looks like a caterpillar? I'm guessing, because in England they name everything, right? They put little faces on friggin' vacuum cleaner and they're like, look, his name is Henry the Hoover. Cute. All right, I'm gonna go with Percy Pigs because they're delicious. Curb or curb? If you don't follow me on Twitter, you would have missed my mini rant the other day when I was reading the old Doty book and I got to page 1. Real stiff read there, and I got to the word curb, and I stopped right there at the curb because I was like, whoa, that is not how you spell curb. I had to Google it. Turns out in England, when you're talking about the roadside, the noun curb, they use a K and an E. That's just, it's so wrong. It infuriates me. I don't know why I live here anymore. For that one reason, that's why I'm moving back, okay? If you could subscribe to only 3 people, who would they be? Doty, Philip DeFranco, and Video Game Donkey. You get that daily content with Philip DeFranco, you get that content all the time, you get that content every week with Video Game Donkey, and then every, I don't know, what's it been, like 8 months? You get a Doty video, so you get a lot of content. It's good. Most New Jersey thing ever, probably going out for a late night Wawa run to grab a hoagie down Route 55, and you look at the clock and it's 2 a.m. and you pass a guy on the street and you say, hey, what's going on? He says, I don't know, man, you're in New Jersey. I made that up on the fly. I'm not gonna lie, that's pretty good. If you were a type of pasta, what type would you be? I'd have a mustache on. You'd be like, what's up with the mustache? I'd be like, it's a disguise. You'd be like, are you an impasta? Yes, that's the pun. When are you going to do a How I Learned German video? When I finish my Duolingo tree. I've been very, very, very close, but I keep slacking because I'm traveling and so I don't get to do much, and now my Duolingo tree isn't all gold. There's a lot of like non-gold at the bottom, so I gotta catch up on that and then keep the lessons and make sure that for the most part, I do it right. I'm not here to rush this, okay? I'm not here to rush learning a language. I'm trying to do it in the best way possible so that I remember everything I'm learning in German, and that's what I'm gonna be talking about in the video. So, it'll come when it comes. Ende gut, alles gut. Warten Sie bitte. What is love? Baby, don't hurt me. Don't know why I'm Southern, but it's 1 in the morning. Jax Mannequin, Something Corporate, or Andrew McMahon in the Wilderness. This question is evil. Why would you do this to me? I'm gonna have to say Jax Mannequin because that was my intro band, and then I went both ways, first to Something Corporate and then to Andrew McMahon in the Wilderness, and Jax Mannequin, everything in transit, it's just, oh, it's a masterpiece, a masterpiece. Is it worth having a master's degree? And if you had the opportunity, would you go for the doctorate? Having a master's was definitely really helpful, especially when it comes to applications. Like, I know that I was seen in front of other people because I had more education, and I know actually for a fact I was paid more for the same role at different companies because I had that master's degree. It was proven through my education. I was better at numbers, or at least I had dedicated more of my life and my time to studying numbers and getting better at them. So when it comes to like a math degree like mine in actuarial science, yes, I'd say, good, go for the master's. When it comes to if I had the opportunity, would I go for the doctorate? Probably not. The only reason I would do that would be for the bragging rights of saying I have a doctorate, but for the most part, that would also be putting me into massive amounts more debt than I'm already in for the master's. Nah. I mean, I'm not really gonna need a doctorate degree to do any of the work I'm doing. I've got enough experience at this point. Don't need more education, really. The only reason I do that would be for the fun, for the lulz, for the please call me Dr. Edinger from now on, all right? I'm not a master. I'm a doctor. I bought this pair of shoes from a drug dealer, right? I don't know what he laced them with, but I was tripping so much. What do I do? You probably should not buy from him again. You need to take a break now. Go out and do some soul searching. In fact, think of a way to get back at this guy so that he'll regret doing that to you. Maybe you could call the cops on him, so then vans full of police will come out and detain him and he won't have time to converse with you about all his bad deeds. Shoes! That about does it for this episode of Ask Kevin. I hope you enjoyed it. Hope you laughed. Hope you had some fun times. Hope you learned something about me. And I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, you can give it a thumb. You can subscribe because I make new videos every Sunday. I'll see you guys next week. Goodbye. Whoosh.